What's up, YouTube? Counterpunch Boxing. Look, quick shout out to the group Counterpunch Boxing Facebook. Check it out. Tino, the admin over there. Thank you, Tino. He does a great job over there. A lot of good boxing knowledge. A lot of good people over there. Go check it out. Look, I want to begin. We're going to talk about Jeff Horn and Terence Crawford. I'll make it quick today, but I want to begin. 99% of my videos, they're off the top of my head, okay? They're my own unique individual thoughts. I don't understand why certain boxing channels can basically just read boxing scene and put these videos out. It's like you can look at their video catalog and then you can go look at the last 10 videos from boxing scene and they're identical. It's like Google Translate. It drives me crazy. So I want you guys to know that, most of my videos, I'd say 98%, it's off the top of my head. If you called me on the phone today, I could repeat the same thing I said in a video a year ago, so it drives me crazy. And these big, huge, popular channels, and it's basically, they're just, rehashing articles. I mean, I do it every now and then, but anyway, look, here's what you need to know about Terence Crawford and Jeff Horn. Okay, the WBO champion Jeff Horn, former undisputed lightweight champion Terence Crawford. Okay, look, it's not a bad fight for Crawford considering he's moving up to welterweight. Stylistically, I think it's wrong. Okay, I think I think Jeff Horn will make it kind of a ugly, messy fight. So to me, stylistically, it might not be the best opponent to move up because Terence Crawford, he wants to look clean and sharp and that kind of thing. And look, we've been hearing about this for about a year now. Okay, remember the WBO elevated Terence Crawford to the #1 mandatory spot. And then first we heard, and this year they're talking about a February date, a March date, then April 21st, T-Mobile Arena. Which is odd because Terence Crawford usually fights out of Omaha, Nebraska. But, right now there's complications, okay? And I heard this on another channel. They were talking about the venue at T-Mobile Arena, the NHL, the National Hockey League. They basically have that date, or they might have that date, secured already, April 21st. It depends on what happens if they go to the playoffs. I mean, I'm not a hockey fan. I don't know, but it's a possibility that date at that venue might be booked. Okay, so I think that's a part of the hold up the venue. Now, and from what I've heard that Jeff Horn has already agreed to his side of the terms, to his side of the deal, but we're basically, waiting on Terence Crawford, so, yeah, so basically, T-Mobile Arena cannot guarantee Top Rank that date will be available. So, and like I said, Crawford, we're waiting on Crawford, and that's not a negative thing. I'm not saying, we're waiting on Crawford. I think, he's moving up a division. He's trying to figure out what's going on, what he wants to do, and I don't blame him. So it's a big move. So, but look, let me tell you what's going to happen to Jeff Horn. He will lose his next fight. Okay, he will be known as the guy that kind of, sort of, but not really beat Manny Pacquiao. That's right, the guy that kind of, sort of, but not really beat Pacquiao. I think that will be his claim to fame. And I've even told you guys in the past, if Jeff Horn can beat Terence Crawford, I mean, I'll donate money to an Australian charity of anyone's choosing. I am that confident that it's not going to happen. Okay, it's simply not going to happen. I see Terence Crawford doing to Jeff Horn what Manny Pacquiao did to him in the 9th round when he had him all busted up. He's basically going to walk him down, pick him apart. After all the after all the controversy, the referee will not be allowed or will not allow the dirty fighting. I think there was so much, just outrage in the original fight. I don't think the referee is going to allow any of that, especially if it's here anywhere in, if it's T-Mobile. They've talked about the East Coast, possibly in New York. So wherever it is, California, New York, the officials, they're not going to allow any kind of dirty fighting. So, look, hopefully he proves me wrong. There's always room for a new player in the welterweight division. Stylistically, Jeff Horn is tailor-made for Terence Crawford. Now, I know I just said it's going to be a kind of a dirty, sloppy fight, and it might not be stylistically the best matchup. But I think Crawford, he's going to adjust. I mean, one thing Terence Crawford is great at is adjusting. I mean, that dude can make incredible adjustments. This is one thing I like about him. You know, he can switch up his stance. He can fight on the inside, the outside, find the range, whatever. I mean, I would say he's probably one of the best at it. I can't stand when a boxer does the same thing over and over and over again, and it's not working. You know, it's like they come out, they get caught with the left hook over and over and over and over. You know, so I like, Terence Crawford, he'll make those adjustments. So, I don't know, maybe early on Jeff might have a round or two where, it looks convincing, like, oh, okay, well, maybe this is actually going to be a fight. But then Crawford's going to make that adjustment. Look, it's levels, like AB said, like Adrian Broner, told us there's levels to this. And there is levels to boxing, okay? And that separation in class, it always shows up. The separation, it always shows up, okay? And it'll definitely show up here. But yeah, I don't know. To me, and I thought about this too. Terence Crawford, the future of Top Rank. Jeff Horn, just a good underdog story, okay? And by the way, I don't have anything personal against Jeff Horn. I'm just telling you the truth. I'm telling you what I truly believe, but I don't think Bob Arum would put Terence Crawford in harm's way, is what I'm trying to say. And maybe that's the delay. Maybe he thinks, well, hey, maybe Jeff Horn might actually have a shot against Terence Crawford, and that might be the holdup here. We don't know, but I don't believe so. I think, like I said, it's a big move, and he's trying to figure out what he wants to do. But Terence Crawford, he's the type of dude that, I don't think he's ducking anyone, like that. Now, I've criticized his career a little bit, like the Ndongo fight. I mean, what was that? You know what I mean? So, but then I praise him too, because, he was, the former light welterweight champion, undisputed light welterweight champion. So, you got to give credit where credit is due. But, you just look at that, look at his line of opponents. Okay. And that's what I don't like about Crawford. But, but again, I'm excited he's moving up. And just a quick one today. I really want to hear what you guys have to think about it. I mean, in my mind, like I said, there's no way in hell. I don't see any way, any possibility Jeff Horn beats Terence Crawford.